Hi-ho everybody, so just saw the new Oz Great and Powerful movie and there's a lot to say about it. The whole black and white beginning I thought was absolutely terrific and actually could have been a whole movie on its own in my opinion. We are introduced to Oz, a magician who is part of a traveling circus that uses women and is pretty much a con artist. During a magic performance that I thought was incredibly hilarious yet tragic at the same time, Oz is exposed as a fraud. But the weird thing is that even though Oz, for all intents and purposes, is a dick, you kind of feel sorry for him, and you really do want to believe that he means well. But this is a prequel to Wizard of Oz, so don't become too comfortable with how charming the traveling circus is, because eventually a random tornado sucks up Oz and brings him to the land of Oz. Now, Oz lands in a place that's already named after him. That's kind of strange if you think about it, and the movie does bring up this point too, but they don't explore how weird this really is. I would be freaking out if I found myself in a place called the Land of Jason. Now, believe me or not, from here on out, the movie becomes a very toned-down, kiddie version of Army of Darkness, the third Evil Dead movie. The plots and structures are virtually identical. In Oz, an ordinary man finds himself in a land where, according to prophecy, he is supposed to save the land from the Wicked Witch. He is sent on a mission to destroy the Wicked Witch's wand, and this requires him to go through a dark forest, which ends up in a cemetery. However, after the cemetery, all hell breaks loose, and the real Wicked Witch is revealed. The ordinary man escapes and meets up with the people of Oz, where he teaches them how to build things from where he originally comes from and leads them into an epic battle where the prophecy is fulfilled. Now, in Army of Darkness, the plot is an ordinary man finds himself in a land where, according to prophecy, he is supposed to save the land from the Deadites. He is sent on a mission to retrieve the Book of the Dead. This requires him to also go through a haunted forest, which ends up in a cemetery. However, after the cemetery, all hell breaks loose and the dead begins to rise. The ordinary man escapes and meets up with the people of the land, where he teaches them how to build things from where he originally comes from, and then leads them into an epic battle where the prophecy is fulfilled. Now, even though Oz is pretty much Army of Darkness, it still takes many cues from the original Wizard of Oz. I really enjoyed how some of the characters Oz met and some of the events he experienced during his journey through the Land of Oz were influenced from characters and events while he was traveling with the circus. It's kind of similar to how Dorothy met characters in Oz that were influenced by people she knew from Kansas. Plus, in the new movie, there are some nods to some of the characters from the original movie. That was pretty fun to watch. However, there are two major things about this movie that really got underneath my skin. First, the pacing was very uneven. There's a lot of up and down moments, especially in the middle of the movie, where the mood of you watching a magical and enchanted movie just suddenly becomes very slow and dry. And secondly, the thing that really got underneath my skin was the Wicked Witch of the West. Now, since this movie delivers a mystery of which of the three witches actually becomes the Wicked Witch of the West, I'm not going to spoil who it turns out to be for you, but I will say a couple things about this version's Wicked Witch that bothered me. First off, her look. The makeup and costume I thought was pretty bad. Sure, it could have been considered a good costume for a local Halloween party, but not for a movie. And secondly, the actress playing the witch flat out sucked. Her voice was far too forced, and her performance was kind of silly to me. She played it like she was a woman that was going through PMS. But overall, I'm giving the movie a B-. Although the story is recycled, it did successfully recycle it into its own Wizard of Oz story, but pacing issues and the Wicked Witch of the West just brought it down from being a potential A to A+ movie. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.